Wagner, home painter, Home Depot, 200 bucks, well worth the money. The main thing you want to make sure is you put your stuff down on a smooth surface, you keep it low to the ground. You don't want it on the ground, so you see how it's elevated a couple of inches, because if it's on there, it's going to stick as the paint dries and it's going to ruin the edges. So you use these little plastic triangles to prop the stuff up. And this is really just a fancier version of a can of spray paint. You got a nozzle, you got a little safety guard to turn the nozzle on and off. You've got a trigger lock, so when you're not painting, you can't accidentally hit the trigger. And then past that, you just have a trigger to squeeze. The thing pressurizes up, and basically the best way to do this. Notice how the hose is kind of hanging high. There's a reason why paint booths have the nozzles drop from the ceiling, because hoses get in the way. So you start at one end, and it's best to keep the nozzle maybe about a foot, and you want to start before your painting surface and keep a steady height and extend after your painting surface. So pretty good pressure. The noise you hear is that thing keeps repressurizing as it discharges the paint. So it's a little bit of grain in the wood compared to right here, a really smooth surface. The best way to do that is to hit it at all four angles. So you would make a pass on this side, on that side, to get like in that little crevice, then on this side, and basically each pass is, or each side, you're doing one pass. So you're essentially going over the surface 4 times when you're doing this. So you don't want to go really slowly over it, because this stuff puts a lot of paint. To give you an idea, the front side of all of these doors took about somewhere between 2/3 and 3/4 of a gallon. That's a lot of paint. So even though your mist is really fine, that's a lot of paint that's coming out. What I mean by all 4 sides, that's 1, 2, this side, 3, 4. Nice even coating from all directions. Here's another tip. It's always better to paint the back side first, because as you paint, a little bit of spray is going to sort of swirl underneath, and you'll have kind of like this dusty coating on the front side. The last surface you paint should be your front side. Angles. Now guess what? This side, not painted at all. Ideally, you don't have the cabinets this close together, because as I stop spraying, it drips a little bit. It will drip on a painted surface, not your blocker. When it does drip, that shirt, pass over it, never know. And you notice I'm not adhering to my all 4 side rule, because this is the second coat. First coat got all the surfaces. This is more of a finish coat. So you've got the, right now it's on high pressure setting for spray. And your trigger on the spray is, this one's not variable. There's other ones that you have much more control over your spray pattern, your volume. This one's just binary. It's either spraying or it's not spraying. Then you have a medium pressure because there's a roller attachment. So rather than having to constantly load a roller with paint, you just roll and roll and roll and keep on rolling. So especially if you're painting a big wall, side of a house, something like that, you're not spending so much time making your little roller W and reloading the roller.
What kind of paint?
I always prefer Behr Ultra Premium Plus paint primer in one. I think it's about 30 bucks a gallon. It's well worth it. Don't chinch on the paint, because cheaper paint will just clog this thing up and when you're done painting, which I am. So it took about 5 minutes to paint about 24 cabinet doors. Done. Once you're finished with the sprayer, you empty the bin back into your bucket of paint or whatever container, and then basically you just keep flushing water through it and painting with water, say into a bucket, and it takes several passes to fully get the hose clean. It's easy to clean the bucket, it's easy to clean the housing. What you want to make sure is you don't have bright red paint residue in the hose when you're about to paint a light color next time. So I will spend probably an hour on the cleaning portion of it. The alternative is quite wasteful, which is throw away the hose and go buy a new one, which I wouldn't recommend.